They believe they know it all. A good manager is humble. I know my limitations, I know what I know what I don't know, and I have to learn to work with others. And then I got the illumination from that. It's similar to family. It's very difficult to raise a child, single parent. We need each other. And if you look at any family, they're a complementary team. And that's why when we introduce our spouse, we say, "I introduce you to my better part." Why do you say better part? Because the spouse is better in what you're weak. And the spouse will say, no, I introduce you to my better part. Because you are better in what she is weak. Together, we are somebody. Alone, we're not that good, are we? So I came with this idea that management education is in the wrong direction. Training individuals to be outstanding executives. And we are creating a whole class of arrogant people. What we really need to train is collaborative leadership. How to work together. How to admit our weaknesses and seek people who complement us. But anytime you have a complementary team, ladies and gentlemen, and we know that from a family life, anytime you have a complementary culture, complementary team, complementary people, necessarily, what's going to happen? Change. Not because of changing in complementary team to make better decisions and implement. But what's going to happen when you have a complementary team? Because they are different, what's going to happen? Conflict. Please look at my hand. I want to be sure that you see the sequence here. Change means problems. And as long as we have change, there are going to be problems. Always. Always. Like they say in many cultures, little children, little problems, big children, big problems. You always have problems. You don't have problems only when you are dead, when there is no more change. But to solve these problems, to manage them, we need a complementary team. Complementary team means conflict. Conclusion. Conflict is necessary, indispensable for management. Managers that are afraid of conflict, please, go be a consultant. Don't try to manage. Write reports. Management is management of conflict. Now, anytime you try to eliminate conflict, what are you eliminating? Change. And by the way, the guy who made this mistake is sitting right up there on a pedestal. Karl Marx. He lived during the time of Industrial Revolution. He realized the pain people went through because of change. And his whole political ideology is to eliminate conflict by having dictatorship of the proletariat, one way of opinions, no discussion, classless society, no more struggle, finally peace. And what happened? No change. The whole system was frozen. And then what happens in transition? We said, let's open it up, let's change, and what happened? Conflict. Countries were falling apart, people were falling apart. So here is a challenge, ladies and gentlemen, that I dedicated my life to. Not to be scared of conflict, not to run away from conflict. Because when you run away from conflict, you're running away from change. You're running away from evolution. You're running away from progress. There is no progress without conflict. But conflict can be destructive. So what is the challenge? How to make it constructive? How do you make conflict constructive? Not how do you eliminate it. It does not work. not how you forbid it, it doesn't work, but how to make it constructive, because conflict is like waterfalls. You can make electricity with it, or you can have a flood. So the question is how to make electricity with it. And let me give you the bottom line of all my 40 years of work. What will make conflict to be constructive is a culture of mutual trust and respect. When there is mutual trust, what does it mean, mutual trust? When we say, I trust you, what does it mean? That you have my interest at heart too, not only your interest. And I have your interest at heart. We have each other's interest at heart. That's why I can turn my back to you. I'm not afraid because I trust you. Why? Because if you stop me, you stop yourself. We are in the same boat. We trust each other. We need each other. We support each other's interests. There is common interest. That is what trust means. And what is respect? Mutual respect. I struggle with this word for many years, by the way. Because many people believe respect is, how nicely you talk, you let the other person finish talking, you look them in their eye, you smile. No. The answer I found with the philosopher Immanuel Kant. Immanuel Kant says respect is when you recognize the sovereignty of the other person to think differently. In other words, that's what democracy is based on. That you have the right to think differently. And why would I give you that respect? Because I know that I don't know everything. I know that I'm not always right. So can I learn from you? And you always learn from differences. That's why the word colleague, which comes from Latin collegium, which means arrive together. Colleagues do not start together, they arrive together by sharing, by learning from each other's disagreements. So let me finish my 20 minutes presentation. What is management all about? It's not so much how much you know finance and accounting and marketing and even strategic planning, with all due respect. Because what you know will become obsolete very fast. You have to continuously learn by recognizing your weaknesses. So what is it? What is the real good management? A person who can build and nurture a culture of mutual trust and respect in the company. Because when there is mutual trust and respect, we don't waste energy on fighting, suspicions, backstabbing. We collaborate. And when we collaborate, we are stronger. Let me finish with you with a little symbol that I hope you will remember. I lecture all over the world, and from every country I learn something. In the Middle East, there is a symbol which is called a blessing. Women carry it here as a jewelry, or they put it at the door when you walk into the house. It's called a khamsa. Please look at it. 5 different fingers together. 5 different fingers together. And in the Middle East, when they want to curse someone, they spread the fingers into his face. This is a curse. Ladies and gentlemen, the difference between a curse and a blessing is only 2 centimeters wide. Are we different together, or are we different not together? Thank you very much.